You're listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Sunday the 24th of May, 2026. It is 65 days after the spring equinox. It is 28 days before the summer solstice. In today's episode, locust trees, the telegraph, the Brooklyn Bridge, Mars, the glass ceiling, and Bob Dylan. The sun rises today at 5:31 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:53 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:15 p.m., civil twilight ends at 8:47 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 9:27 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute 34 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing gibbous phase and is 63% full at midday. The moon sets today at 2:04 a.m., and then it rises again at 1:54 p.m. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the morning, high tide, 5:41 a.m., 1 meter 37. Near midday, low tide, 11:48 a.m., 18 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 7:14 p.m., 1 meter 52. In our shared realm of plants and animals, while the black locust trees have been flowering with their showy displays of white flowers high in their crowns, their cousins, the thornless honey locusts, have been flowering as well, but in a decidedly quieter way. Honey locusts have much smaller flowers that don't attract that much attention, but as they've flowered, they have showered the pavements with the remains of male catkins, and so underfoot they have left us with drifts of catkins that are an exquisite olive green. Both locust species are finishing their floral display right now. In the fall, black locusts will drop their relatively small seed pods. Honey locusts will drop brown pods almost a foot long, curly and sculptural. Commemorations. Inventors. On this day in 1844, Samuel F. B. Morse demonstrated his electromagnetic telegraph in Washington, D.C. He set up a station in the rotunda of the Capitol building and tapped out the words, "What hath God wrought?" in Morse code. His colleague, Alfred Vail, received the message in Baltimore and responded with the same words. The telegraph was the internet of the 19th century. A happy anniversary. On this day in 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opened. Writing in Harper's Weekly, Montgomery Schuyler commented, "It so happens that the work which is likely to be our most durable monument, and to convey some knowledge of us to the most remote posterity, is a work of bare utility, not a shrine, not a fortress, not a palace, but a bridge." When the bridge was still under construction in 1878, Walt Whitman described the bridge thus: "To the right the East River, the mast-hemmed shores. The grand obelisk-like towers of the bridge, one on either side, in haze, yet plainly defined, giant brothers twain, throwing free, graceful, interlinking loops high across the tumbled, tumultuous river below." Happy birthday to the Brooklyn Bridge. On this day in 1894, Percival Lowell first began observing the planet Mars through an 18-inch telescope at his Lowell Observatory in Arizona. His observations would lead him to believe there were canals across the red planet, signs of a civilization. Sadly, or perhaps gladly, he was quite mistaken. On this day in 1978, the management consultant, Marilyn Loden, first used the term she had coined, the glass ceiling. She was speaking at the Women's Exposition in New York, and the term described the invisible barriers women face in advancing their careers. Today we wish a happy birthday to Bob Dylan, born this day in 1941 in Duluth. One of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time, he has always refused to be pigeonholed or pinned down. His 1964 song, "The Times They Are A-Changin'," became an anthem of the counterculture, and the enigmatic lyrics of many of his songs led him to be seen as a contemporary prophet. But like a prophet, he has often spoken in riddles. His memoir, Chronicles, Volume 1, hones in on specific moments in his youth and young career, refusing the simple linear narrative of autobiography. It doesn't even purport to be entirely factual. When he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature, he characteristically did not attend the award ceremony, but he did later travel to Stockholm to receive his medal at a private, jovial ceremony with Swedish Academy members. He continues to perform in what he dubs the Never-Ending Tour, a tour he began in 1988. Happy birthday, Bob Dylan. Finally, among Methodists, today is celebrated as Aldersgate Day. It commemorates the date in 1738 when John Wesley attended a religious meeting and felt his heart was, quote, strangely warmed. Happy Aldersgate Day to our Methodist friends and neighbors. And that is the Observatory, Sunday the 24th of May, 2026.